continue with this presentation, and then I'll come back afterward to with some final comments. So you can go ahead, Val, whenever you're ready.
Alrighty. Thank you, Jeremiah, and good afternoon, everyone. I am Valerie Johnson, like Jeremiah said, with Metlife, and you guys have been my customer for several years, and I enjoy being able to service you. I am going to go over the life insurance information, um, specifically for the city of Detroit. Okay, the first question is we ask, why is life insurance so important? Well, we all probably kind of know why life insurance is important for your standard of living, financial security, and I don't know if anyone has been unfortunately, faced with it, but there's a lot that life insurance can help with the standard of living. Why evaluate your life insurance needs annually? Like if you think back to last year, you may have had some changes within the last year. So maybe you got married, had a baby, you're planning on retiring, or a new mortgage. So those are things why annually you should probably look to evaluating your life insurance needs. This is just an example of Debbie who wants to provide for her aging parents. This is just an example of how she would calculate what her life insurance needs would be. It may be different for you, but this situation, Debbie is 30, her husband is 28, and they just pretty much list out what their monthly expenses are and their debt and come up with a figure to determine what their life insurance needs would be to cover those debts. For the city of Detroit, general city employees, your life insurance plan for basic life insurance consists of $12,500, which is employer paid, and your basic accidental death and dismemberment insurance, which is also employer paid at $12,500. For police and fire, we have our life insurance basic plan, employer paid at $35,000, and the basic accidental death and dismemberment, employer paid at $35,000. Our supplemental coverage is employee term life insurance. So this is additional insurance that you can have or can enroll in to supplement your life insurance that's provided by the city. So for a general city employee, you have the options of one or two times your basic annual earnings. And for police and fire, you also have the option of one or two times your basic annual earnings. There are maximums included, which are listed on the screen there for your respective position. We also have dependent term life insurance, which for a spouse or a dependent child would be $5,000. Supplemental coverage is accidental death and dismemberment insurance. And this provides you with additional protection in the event of an accidental death or serious injury. So this is additional insurance that the employee would have to pay for. And you'll automatically receive supplemental AD&D coverage if you elect the supplemental term life insurance coverage. So that's the two times, one or two times in addition to. For city employees, the one-time base annual earning, a minimum of 22,500 to a maximum of 150. And for plan two times, which is a minimum of 30,000 to a maximum of 360. I'm sorry, did not mean to go ahead. But if you had questions on that, just let me know. Let me, I can. Yeah, okay. So the supplemental AD&D for police and fire also have two plans, plans one and plan two. Plan one, a minimum of 37,500 to a maximum of 150,000. And plan two times your base annual earnings, a minimum of 55,000 to a maximum of 300,000. Choosing a beneficiary. This is an important part of your coverage. And you may designate a beneficiary in your application or in your enrollment form. And you can change it at any time. If you list someone today, and let's say you fall out, you want to change it tomorrow, you can do that. And you just have to go through the process that the city has for changing your beneficiary. You do not need the beneficiary's consent to make a change. The beneficiary actually may not even know that they are the beneficiary. Um, if two or more beneficiaries are designated and their shares are not specified, they will share the insurance equally. And we do have provisions that, let's say, for instance, you have not updated your beneficiary, you do not have a beneficiary on record. We have a line of succession which we follow, which is your spouse, child, parent, or your siblings. For dependent life insurance, of course, that's when a dependent passes away and the employee is always a beneficiary for dependent life insurance. Filing a life and accidental death and dismemberment insurance claim, you can obtain the claim form from the city and fill it out, complete the claim form, and return it to Metlife. The city has a process where they send claims directly to Metlife, and then the claim is processed once proof is provided, such as a death certificate. MetLife Group Life Insurance is flexible, convenient, and affordable. So you guys do have the affordable group rates and the convenience of payroll deduction. And then there's also a disability provision, which provides continued protection if you are disabled. There are MetLife Advantages as additional services that we provide, which are group counseling, delivering the promise, and the total control account. Total control account basically is an account that if the proceeds over $5,000, they're held in an account, and you can write checks off of the account for $250 or more, or you can just write one check for the full amount. It gives you the opportunity to decide what you'd like to do with the proceeds. You may want to just pay for the funeral out of this account. We also have will prep, face-to-face will prep preparation, and face-to-face estate resolution services. So those services provide you the ability to create a will or have estate resolution services for you if you do have an estate. There's also a website, willcenter.com, where you can go to find information, and funeral planning services, which is very helpful. Choosing the right amount doesn't have to be difficult. We do provide you guys with a link to a calculator, and they ask just a few questions, and it will calculate based on what's going on, like in the market, of what you would, how you would calculate the amount of insurance that you would need. Creating your own personal safety net. So MetLife provides you with more than 150 years of experience. We've been around for quite a while. Assistance to find the right amount of coverage, which is the calculator that I just mentioned, and additional benefits and services such as the will prep and the estate resolution. And that pretty much concludes the presentation. And since Jeremiah is away, I don't have access to the chat, but if anyone does have any questions, I will be happy to